Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our talk show, season 3, 2026. Topic of today is Who Am I? And today's show, we have a special guest all the way from the USA. Can you imagine, man? Come on. He flew all the way from the USA to come to the show. This guy is, mwah, he sings like, I don't know, like how can I put it? Like Michael, like Stevie Wonder? How do I say it? His vocals are crazy. And he's a very good pianist. So, Berlin, put your belt together, sit straight, watch the show, and welcome the one and only Kenny Wesley. Woo! Clap it up. Hello. I hope I gave you a good entrance.
It was excellent. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show. And how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah? How was your flight to Berlin?
It was relaxing. It was relaxing. I always like to sleep on flights.
Are you scared of flying?
I'm not. When I first started flying, I was very afraid. And if you think about the incredible feat that is flying, you being held in the air by a piece of metal, it will make you a bit afraid. But I'm a person of faith, so I know that, I'll be protected.
You believe in God?
I do.
Me too. That's beautiful. The topic of today is Who am I? People want to know who you really are. So you need to remind yourself and remind them who Kenny Wesley is. I saw your videos and I was like, damn, this guy is really good, like really, really good. And I saw that people call you the soulful nerd. Can you tell us today why that nickname?
Well, I created it about maybe 14, 15 years ago because I felt like I needed to create a brand that encompassed the totality of who I am as a creative, as a musician, as a linguist. And I thought Soulful Nerd was catchy. It had a bit of all of those elements in it, and it really stuck.
It's stuck because everywhere on the internet, and I wanted to know that. Now I know, and you know. And I've been wondering, because I've listened to your songs and I've seen you play piano, and we are wondering, when did you started music?
I started when I was still in diapers, according to my mother.
Still in diapers.
Yeah, I couldn't even really speak properly yet, but I was singing. And I started taking piano when I was 7. I started playing in the band on the trumpet when I was about 11, I think. And then I moved to the euphonium about a year later. And yeah, that's it.
Wow. You started like really, really early. You knew already when you came out, you're like, Mama, I know what I want. I know exactly what my future is going to look like. So my question is, so you started music when you were 7. I mean, like when you're on diapers, you started piano when you were 7. When was the point where you realized this is no more my hobby, this is my life, this is my soul, this is what I really want to do?
That's a difficult question because it's just always been a part of my life. I started working professionally as a musician when I was probably about 9 or 10, playing piano for weddings and different functions. And then I started directing choirs when I was in high school. And then probably after college is when I started recording and releasing records. Right, 2003, 2004, around there, I started recording.
How many languages can you speak professionally and fluently?
Okay, so professionally, I would say 3: English, French, and Spanish. And fluently, German. My German is really rough, but I can survive. And my French Creole isn't bad either.
Me llamo Leo, ¿y tú?
Me llamo Kenny, Mucho gusto.
what is that moment, that happy moment, the happiest moment you have had as a musician?
That's a tough question. You know what? No, it's not. The most beautiful moments are when you connect with people after the show and they share with you how the music has touched them. Because for me, that's the most important thing. I don't do this only because I enjoy singing and it's something that comes very naturally to me. It's also because I feel like musicians, we have a duty to provide people an escape from the painful things that life offers us and to give them that moment to dream, to be inspired, to be comforted, to find some healing, to find some solace in our art. So when you hear from people that it's actually impacting them in a positive way, that is to me the best gift that I could ever get.
On point, really on point. And my next question would be, do you see music as a therapy, not just for the consumer, also for the artist himself?
Absolutely. That was one of the things that inspired me to get deeper into songwriting. When I heard this, it might have been a TV special or a VHS of Mariah Carey. When she first came out, she was talking about how songwriting was cathartic to her, how it was like therapeutic. And that's really, I'll say, the inspiration for me to start writing songs. I was just writing about first about a girl that I really liked, and then it turned into me just writing about things that were troubling me in my life, and I could write the solutions that I wanted to see occur in my real life. I could write that into a song, kind of like a prayer almost. And yeah, it definitely was therapeutic to me first.
Yes. In your own word, who is Kenny Wesley?
Kenny Wesley is a little black boy from North Carolina who had a gift and who was ostracized and bullied because of the gifts. And the gifts also were the tool that he used to rise above the pain of that painful childhood experience. And now he's also using those same gifts to inspire other people to find their dream, to love themselves, and to overcome their challenges.
Beautiful. Did you write that down? Did you practice that?
No.
It's beautiful. You need to write down. You need to put that down. Sounds really beautiful. Sounds really good. And oh wow, what makes you unique? What makes you stand out from other artists? What's that your superpower?
That's difficult to say. I think that the fact that I strive to be myself is what always will set me apart. I'm not on a quest to compete with anybody else, to be better than somebody. You know, I'm not competing with male vocalists, female vocalists, jazz vocalists, R&B vocalists. I'm just on a quest to become the most amazing musician and the most amazing person that I could be. So I feel that people who want to collaborate with somebody who is easy to work with, who has a lot of colors to paint with, and who is flexible.
That's a word.
Yeah.
That's a word. Flexibility is everything. Thank you. So, my next question now will be, now you know how you can work with my G. I'm going to show my G. He's from the US. I don't know if he knows about this, my G stuff, but now you know. My G means my guy. So, how can someone connect with you?
Oh, that's easy. KENNYWESLEY.com. Yeah.
Yeah. One day I'm going to spend my website like that. That's cool. That's really cool. I also read somewhere online that you teach Spanish. So wait, I'm curious about this. I think you guys are also curious. How come you, as an English person, is giving courses for Spanish? It means you should be like really good. So tell us, how come?
Well, I have 3 degrees in Spanish. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree from Howard University. And I just got my PhD in modern languages at the University of Alcalá in Madrid, Spain.
Damn, you are all book. You are all book. Wow. There are moments in life that things happen that like things happens to you that either changes your point of view about life or changes you a whole as how you see things. So have you had something that happened to you that either almost take away your life or an eye opener, something that changed your perspective, your view of life and people? Have something like that happened to you?
Ooh, I don't want to get too deep, but I was abused as a child by one of my classmates in kindergarten.
Oh.
And that definitely was very traumatic, and it kind of followed me into, I would say, into my early 30s.
Whoa.
I had to go to therapy
I believe you.
and work through it, but until I went to therapy, I just went through lots of cycles of depression and maladaptive coping mechanisms. I was like a sex addict. I was a binge eater, like all those types of things, because I had that unresolved trauma.
Yes, true.
And I used music for a while to kind of soothe and to kind of distract me from all of the pain and the insecurities I had from what I experienced.
Yes.
Because it happened for an entire school year. But I think once I realized that not even music, food, sex, any of those things could heal that, I had to really go inside, pray, get therapy, and get to the other side.
Yeah. And it worked?
Absolutely, yeah. I wrote a song about it, and it's going to be on my next album.
Whoa, I think we really want to listen to this song because I think songs like this could not only help you, but will help a lot of people out there. Because I think a lot of people have found themselves in these situations and they don't know how to come out. And if you have a song about it, it could really help them in this moment. So, you already told me how you walked through. I want you to tell, if you find yourself in these situations like this, how can I get it resolved? You said you went to therapy. You tried your music. You tried other things. Then you went to music, and the thing that really helped you, what really helped you apart from all? Well, what was that? The one thing you did that you're like, okay, I'm happy I did this because I saw a huge gap of improvement. What was that? Was it therapy? Was it your music? What was that thing?
I would say the situation itself caused me to cry out to God for help.
Yes.
And I really grew closer to Him in the process, which is the greatest gift I think anybody could ever get, is to really know God. And in the middle of your most painful experience, God is even right there. And that's what I learned through it, was that He was there the whole time. But when I finally got tired of trying to figure out how to fix it myself, that's when my eyes opened and I was able to get closer to Him and get the healing that I really needed.
Wow. Beautiful. So why didn't you went closer to God before? Why after? Is it, were you a believer before or you became a believer after?
I always believed in God, but I didn't really know how to become intimately familiar with Him.
Okay.
I think it's different. There's a difference between being religious and being like really in love with God,
Yeah.
because that is a relationship.
Yes.
But being religious is just doing rituals and doing certain things, checking things off of a list.
Yes.
But whether I check things off of a list or not, like I really know God. I talk to Him, He talks to me, and we're like on this journey together.
Beautiful.
Versus me kind of just doing things that I hope will get me, you know, into heaven one day.
Yes.
It's much deeper than that. So when I was a child, I didn't really understand that way to approach spirituality.
Yes.
Because, you know, you're young and you're inexperienced. And also, I think most people, when they're being sexually abused, they don't realize it's abuse. Because you're a child. Like, I was 5 at the time. So I'd never been kissed. I'd never, you know, had sex. So these things that were happening, I thought it was normal. Although it did feel kind of weird.
Yeah. No one told you about it. So, you know, like you're a kid, and back then, I think it's not like today where the parents are trying their best to, I think I just want, is it okay if we talk a little bit about this? Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's very important for some people or parents to really know that some of these things that happen happen with people who are like close to the child, you know, who see the child almost every day. So when something like this happened, like back then, you know, parents were not that open to tell children about things, you know. So I think it's always good to tell your child about things. So what would be your advice? You have been a victim, you know. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about it, and then you tell us an advice where parents can be like very careful, because this thing follows you right into your 30s. I mean, that's a lot, you know?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is for parents to be very clear with their children what is appropriate and what's inappropriate in terms of other people touching you, kissing you, where they can touch you, all those types of boundaries. I didn't know, you know, what was appropriate or inappropriate. Kissing on the lips, I didn't realize was, you know, inappropriate.
Because your parents were doing it, you think it was normal.
Exactly. So when it happened to me, it did seem weird, but I went with it, you know, and then it just kept happening, and then it became normal. So I think that's a big thing, letting your children know the boundaries, the places people should not touch, and then letting them know who has permission to touch them there. You know, the doctor maybe, but other than that, like nobody. Also, keeping the lines of communication open. I think if parents make their children feel guilty or like they've done something wrong, that's of course not going to be helpful. You want them to feel comfortable coming to you about anything and not feel like they're going to be judged or yelled at, you know, for making a mistake or just doing something that they didn't realize, you know, there were consequences to or whatever. You want to make sure that the children feel that being in your presence is a safe space. That's very, very important.
Wow. So I hope you guys are getting this. I'm really happy we have this topic today. Now, and one thing I want to ask, one or two things I want to ask about that is, I want people to know this. Yeah. So you were 5 when it happened, and it happened like almost a year. Yeah. So why didn't you tell your parents at that time?
Because honestly, like I was just saying, it seemed normal. But I will tell you, maybe 6 months into it or a little later, I was going to say goodnight to my parents. And I always would like kiss my mom on the cheek. But when I got to my dad, and I would just hug him normally.
Yes.
But this particular night, I went to kiss him on the lips.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, you don't do that, Kenny. You don't do that to guys." And
And then there you were like,
I was
click.
like, "Oh my God, but I've been
Yeah.
doing this for like
Yeah.
months."
Yeah.
I was terrified to
Yeah.
tell them,
Yeah, of course.
you know?
The way he said it, now I get it. The way he communicated it to you, he was a little bit shocked, and now when he said it that way, you don't do that to guys, and it has been happening, and now this already took your power of communicating to him, because you feel like if I tell him, what will he think about me? What?
Yeah, he didn't really say it in a way like, "Oh, you don't do that." But it was like, "Oh no, you don't do that to guys." And I was confused,
Yes.
you know?
What's right now?
Exactly.
That's why communication is very, very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Communication.
Communication. And had I maybe been to the place where I would just tell my parents everything that happened at school every day when I got home, they probably would have figured it out earlier on.
Yes, yes.
But actually, they never found out until my freshman year in college. I never told anyone, really. And maybe one of my close childhood friends I told. But my parents didn't find out until I was like 18, 17.
Damn, that was a long. Like, how did you tell them, or they found out themselves?
I told them.
How did you feel at that time? I mean, and how did you feel like telling them at that time? You felt like this was the right time. I think they will understand me now. I think it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy, but
I imagine it wasn't.
I felt like I needed to.
Yes, yes. I believe it was the right decision.
Oh yeah,
It was
absolutely.
the right decision. They had to know.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did they take it?
They were sad, of course, because they wanted to be there to help and to protect, and they felt like they had failed in some kind of way.
Yeah.
But we've moved on past that, and I, for one, have realized that, you know, all things that happen, the good things and the bad things, they all teach you something.
Yes.
And they definitely, in my case, they all brought me closer to God.
Yes.
Which is, like, honestly the absolute safest, most amazing place that anyone could ever be.
Yes. Wow. So people, it's all about communication. You need to communicate with your kids, because these things happen every day. Every day, every second, everywhere. So I think you should communicate. It's all about communication, if I'm right, yeah? The first thing is communication. Let your kids know that you can talk to me. You're in a safe place. I won't yell at you. I won't shout at you. Let's just tell me, how was your day? How was this? How was that? You know? So I really appreciate this, man. I appreciate this. I think this will help a lot of parents and other people who have been in situations like that to also come out. The more we talk, the more it helps. And he found God. I mean, you already found God, but God helped you to come out from it.